Today I will be talking to you about one of the most famous architectural achievements of ancient Rome. I'm proud to present to you the Roman road. The Romans made over 56,000 miles worth of roads, and they were made for the military. Although roads were built for the military, many others benefited from roads, such as commerce, travelers, and the general public. They were used for the transport of goods and the military. The basic idea of the road is to get from one place to another in the shortest amount of time possible. The Romans began the making of their roads in 312 BC. One of the most famous Roman roads still exists, and it stretches all the way from Walting Street to Dover to Canterbury to Rochester and ends in Thorney Island. The most famous of all the Roman roads is the Via Appia, which is in Rome. As I said before, roads were used to get from one place to another in the shortest amount of time possible. In the time of ancient Rome, traveling was not common, and if you did travel, you would either ride a horse or you would walk. You would travel locally, and if you had to. People tended not to run off into the woods in search of Slenderman, the Ring of Power, the TARDIS, or any other made-up thing that has the ability to send people off on great adventures with Bilbo and Frodo, of course. But that is beside the point. The main thing that distinguishes the Roman roads from other roads is that the Romans made their roads extremely straight. Other examples of Roman roads and our roads is that we both used pavement to make ours, except for the fact that we just put the pavement down and say finished. The reason why Roman roads were so durable is because the Roman road had 4 layers in it. The bottom layer was the statumentum, which was made up of large stones placed closely together. The layer on top of the statumentum was the rudis. The rudis was made up of medium and small-sized stones, which were also placed closely together, just like the statumentum. The layer on top of the rudis is the nucleus. The nucleus is made up of sand, gravel, and small rocks packed together. Finally, the top layer is called the pavimentum. It sounds like pavement. It's not a coincidence. The pavimentum is made up of cobbles and mortar, which was placed on top of the nucleus, and people would walk on it and ride on it. First, the Romans would put the mortar on top of the nucleus, and to do that, they would just pour it on, and remember, as I said, the most famous of the Roman roads is the Via Appia, and the Via Appia is named after Appius Claudius Caecus. Appius was a famous censor of Rome who is at one point mentioned in Cicero's Pro Caelio as a stern disapproving ancestor as Clodia. Appius commissioned the building of the Via Appia as well as a famous aqueduct, and that aqueduct is called Aqua Appia. Even though Appius commissioned the building of the Via Appia, he never actually owned it. A fun fact about Appius is that he did not like the sound of the letter Z. He had 2 sons, one was Gladius Claudius, and the other son was the first Tiberius Claudius Nero. In conclusion, Roman roads truly are one of the greatest wonders in architectural history.